Welcome, guys, to our annual UFC award ceremony. This is my favorite video of the year because we get to reflect back on the entire year and then present some awards out for loads of different categories and stuff. As you can see, me and Sam have dressed up for this video. No caps, no fleeces as usual. Like, we're in a full suit. Sam's in a holiday shirt.
My dad's shirt.
He's borrowed off his dad. But we're here to bring you...
Didn't know we was going to do this here. So that's this looks about 3 sizes too big, but I'm rocking it.
Nah, it's a vibe. It's a vibe, man.
It's a vibe, yeah.
So firstly, it's been an absolutely mental year in the UFC. I've been watching UFC only for like 3 years, but this year by far has had the best fights, the best entertainment of all the 3 years that I've been watching it. I don't know about how you feel about the year. So.
I thought you would be watching it. I thought you would be watching it for a year.
Oh yeah, great. Yeah, I've been watching it for the last month. I'm gonna give it
I think, well, I seen Dana's interview the other day, and he was like, year on year, like everything's just improving. Pay-per-view numbers are going up. Their revenue's going up. Just gone from strength to strength, really. But yeah, I think during the lockdown, they were the only sport on TV really that was still going through doing the event. So I think that was even though that's kind of last year, but even still, I think they got a lot of audience from that as well.
Yeah, big shout out to Dana and the whole UFC team, because we would have been bored as hell if the UFC events weren't on. So, yeah, let's dive into the awards because we've got quite a few categories to go through. So the first category we've got is the best breakthrough fighter of the year. So I'm going to pass it over to you first. Let me know who you've nominated for it.
Okay. Now, I feel like there's 2 people. Yeah, I did say we was going to keep it to 1, but I feel like there's 2 people that, depending on how you look at it, could win this award. But I'm actually going to go for Paddy Pimblett. Now, the reason I'm going for Paddy Pimblett is because he had 1 fight and he's got a huge fan base coming off Cage Warriors. He signed a £1 million deal with Barstool Sports just off 1 fight, and he's got a massive hype. Now, the other guy that I was going to put was Hamzat, but I feel like he was 2020's breakthrough fighter of the year.
Yeah, no, I didn't put him.
He broke through hard there, but he's even got even more this year. He's gotten more, so he could have won that. But for me,
this year as well. He's only fought once this year, and he's just
has he?
Yeah, man.
Yeah. So yeah, it was a bit of a struggle to think of this one. There wasn't like a clear one. I'm gonna go for Pimblett.
All right, I've gone for Cyril Gane. So the reason I've gone for him is in this year he's had 3 fights and it's took him to a title shot. So he had Rosenstrike, Volkov, and then Derek Lewis, and now he's fighting for the title in January. Yeah. For me, I didn't know who the guy was.
Yeah, I'm happy with that
this year. So
same. I never heard of him.
Title shot. That's a hell of a breakthrough, I think, man. So
yeah, I'm happy to give it with him. To be fair, I didn't think of him. I was struggling with this category. This one I struggled with.
All right,
but so I think we'll give it to him.
All right, so the winner of that award is Cyril Gane. Well done on your breakthrough in 2021, and good luck for your title fight in January.
In January.
Yeah, I wouldn't want to be fighting Francis, so yeah.
All the best.
All right, the next award we have is the knockout of the year, and I have a sneaky feeling we've probably gone for the same one.
Yeah.
I'll tell you mine, and then you tell me yours. I've gone for... It just has to be Usman versus Masvidal to...
Same.
What a knockout. And we haven't seen Masvidal being put away like that in the UFC. And
he's a veteran for how many years?
And of all the superlatives...
20 years in the UFC or something.
That's it. And Usman, coming into that fight, he's known for like just wrestling people. We saw what happened in their first fight. He put him up against the fence. But none of that in the second fight. He finished him.
But the thing is, it was Masvidal was saying that, I feel sorry for him. He's the kind of man that doesn't have the power to put another man away. How does it feel to be the guy who hasn't got the power? Hit him so hard, the sweat came off his head. KO, 1 punch. Done. Yeah. I think it was the whole animosity, the whole fact that Masvidal's never been KO'd, the fact that no one thought Usman had the power to KO Masvidal, and he did it. So I think you can't really... I don't think there was a better knockout than that. In terms of the whole story.
Yeah, that was for me as a clear winner. That was so. Yeah, well done to Usman for that knockout and sending Masvidal to the shadow realm. Next category we've got is most improved fighter. This one was slightly difficult for me to kind of like have a nomination for. So I want to see who you've got first.
Okay, most improved fighter. And I'm looking at for this one, I was looking at the technical aspects. Who's improved technically? So this is what I've actually given it to Usman, because I feel like 2020 he was a wrestler, pure wrestler, holding people down. 2021 he's knocked out finished Burns, knocked out Masvidal. His whole striking game's improved, putting him to the pound for pound #1 fighter in the rankings at the moment. So he just literally developed his whole striking game with Trevor Whitman, and for me that's the most improved fighter technically.
All right, so I went for a kind of different one, but I probably agree with you. I went for Bilal Muhammad for my most improved fighter.
I could never give him an award though, man. I could never give him an award.
Listen, hear me out. He's not the most interesting fighter, but he tried to fight 4 times this year, and he stepped up massively in terms of his competition. So he had Lima at the start of the year. Then he tried to go with Edwards, but we all know what happened there. Then he went Damian Maia, and now Wonderboy in the last week. And I feel like he's climbed massively and improved massively as a fighter. But I'm more than happy to give it to Usman, because the improvements he's made has put him at the top of the pound for pound list. So I think that's hard to argue with, to be fair. So give it to Usman?
Yeah. Usman wins 2 in a row,
2 in a row. I have a feeling he's not going to win this next one. So the next one we've got is the best walkout of the year.
Yeah. There
was a few cracking walkouts this year. So
go through a few, because I feel like I only had 2 in my head. Which were you?
I was kind of floating between 2, but I had Ty Tuivasa.
Okay.
He's come out to the Spice Girls once, and then he come out to Barbie Girl. But Barbie Girl, when he came out to that, was amazing, man. And then I also had Brian Ortega when he came out to the whole Purge theme before the Volkanovski fight. But some people thought that was cringe. I thought it was a pretty sick entrance. It's a bit hard in UFC because they don't do like overly dramatic entrances and stuff, do they? So who did you have?
I had Ortega one.
Okay.
That was my clear winner. With the Purge. With the Purge, man, it's just something different. Going back to 2020, I would have put Israel's, because I don't think we did it last year when he danced and then he just went in and KO'd.
Nah. We didn't do it last year, but Mike Perry would have won it for me last year when they accidentally played Beyonce Halo when he was coming out. And he was just walking out singing.
And he just vibed to it. Yeah.
Amazing.
I think Ortega. The only other one I was thinking was Nate Diaz is when he come out to DMX.
DMX, that was a good little tribute.
Tribute to him when he come out, and that's the first time Nate Diaz fought in like 2 years after the Masvidal fight. So kind of thinking of him, but he did nothing spectacular. He just kind of walked out as he does normally. It's got to be Ortega for trying to do something different.
I think because we both had Ortega in mind, I think it's safe to give it to Ortega for that award. Shout out T City, or Low T City as Colby says. For the best walkout of the year. This next award now, this was one that I was very, very excited for. And Sam actually messaged me saying, what is a promo? So the next award is the best promo of the year. So the fighter who after his fight has delivered the best in octagon like speech, or like delivered something after his fight. And that's really made him stand out, or he put him in line for a great fight next. So I'll go with you first. Who have you got?
I'm gonna go. At least I only had one for this year, because the shout outs this year haven't been too great in my opinion. We haven't had I'm not surprised or a Colby one like you mentioned on text. But I would say after Hamzat beat,
yes, boy, yes,
he beat Jingling Yang and he started talking about I kill everybody. He's like literally talking to Dana about killing people and saying, I told you I was going to kill Jingling Yang. Now we sleep, bro. I kill everybody.
Yo, for me, that was the best.
We've got to clip it. We have to clip it in this.
Yeah,
Have to.
Geezer, it was amazing. From the minute DC walked over and goes, "I'm here with Hamza," and he's like, "Of course you are, brother. Of course you are. We kill everybody."
Everybody, I come here for everybody. Kill everybody. I'm the champ. I'm the king. Kill everyone. Ah! Ladies and gentlemen, he has given up 1 strike in 4 fights. Give it up for.
Like normally, people take so much offense, like when you mention like killing and stuff like that in the UFC. But the guy says it in such a way, it's just like, whoa, this guy is sick, man. Like
he's like, Allahu Akbar, woo!
You could tell he fucking loves it. Even like when they're waiting for the decision after that fight, he's like kicking Li Jingliang in the arse and that. Like, it's just funny, man. Like, yeah,
he's a man. That just put him on the map even more.
What?
Like, people are scared of this guy.
I had a look as well. Other than Conor McGregor after Dustin Poirier 2, that's the highest viewed post-fight interview of the year. Yeah, it is. Yeah, it is.
Oh,
so I think that's a rightful deserved winner there with Hamza. Well done, Hamza.
Crazy. He's asking asking Dennis permission to eat Neil Magny.
Yeah.
Neil Magny is gonna get eaten alive, but
right, we need to move on because I'll speak about Hamzat for half an hour otherwise. So the next award we have is the best press conference of the year award. We've had some cracking press conferences in the past, like Khabib, Conor pops to mind. We've had incredible ones over the years.
Sonny knows the whole.
Oh, I know word for word
press conference, that Conor versus Khabib press conference. But yeah, for 2021,
my nominee, I can only think of one. And he was super entertaining. It has to be Colby versus Usman 2, man.
Oh shit! Okay, I had a different one. I had Joe Lee's wife. Nah,
I don't know, man. I thought Conor was trying too hard.
Trying too hard, yeah.
Hard to be the Conor McGregor of the past in that one for me, so I couldn't give that to Conor. But I just remember Colby's fucking suit that he came in, and then like he was calling out his dad, saying, "I'll get your dad out of prison. I'll get your dad out of prison so you can watch."
I actually forgot about.
Is your daddy the jailbird coming on Saturday night? I got to hook up with law enforcement. If you want me to call his parole officer, I'll make sure he can come on Saturday night. You want me to make sure?
Yes.
Damn artist.
That press conference.
That press conference with me was hilarious. That was Colby in like absolute. He was on top of his game in that, man. It was amazing to see. But
I'm happy with that one.
Yeah, I guess that's a hat trick for Usman. Although he didn't really do much in that press conference.
Yeah, he's not great in the press conference.
Yeah, Colby carried.
You've got to give that to Colby.
Yeah,
a word for Colby.
But we'll give that to Colby Usman 2 best press conference, I think. Yeah.
Okay.
Right, the next one for me, there was only one man I could think of for this, but it's the coach of the year, and I'm very sure we've probably got the
same person.
Probably got the same one. So I'm just gonna say, man, congrats to Trevor Whitman. What a year for you and your 3 fighters, man. Incredible.
I think he'll probably win it in the actual. I think they do an Coach of the Year award.
Oh, this is the actual awards.
Yeah, well, the second. Yeah, second, what do they call it?
The BTEC Awards, the
BTEC Awards Coach of the Year. He'll probably win that one as well. Because to be honest, I can't think of another gym that's got 2 champions at the moment and one that's gonna fight for a title.
Bro, yeah, number one
in Gaethje.
Mental.
Yeah.
But
so it's 3 fighters at the top of the game, and if you don't know, talk about Usman, Rose, and Gaethje.
And you can tell he's got that connection with his fighters as well. Like he's improved Usman's striking massively. Rose looks way more confident in herself in and outside of the cage, and Gaethje
and in her wrestling, look how she controlled Weili.
Exactly. That if she didn't have that wrestling in the bag, she would have probably lost that fight. Yeah. But even Gaethje's like just listens to everything Whitman. That is basically if Whitman. Gaethje is basically Whitman's brain in his body when he's fighting. That's what it is. But what an incredible coach, man. Very smart guy as well. If you've not listened to any of his appearances on the Joe Rogan podcast, I'd recommend listening to that as well. But the next nomination, the next award kind of ties into this one for me because I had the event of the year. And
Yeah.
For me,
I think we're gonna say the same thing now.
Yeah, I've got UFC 268 where he had all three of his fighters on the same card. Did you go for the same one?
Yeah, I went for the same one. I couldn't think of a card that was that stacked. Kicking off the card with Chandler and Gaethje, Rose, Whaley, Colby, Usman too. You can't really get. But who else was on there? I just couldn't think of those three.
Yeah, it was those three fights that were coming to the top of my head, but it was those three fights were absolute crackers. I'll let you search it up in the meanwhile, but the fact that he coached those three fighters and then we managed to have obviously Gaethje and Chandler, what an incredible fight. A lot of people would probably have that for fight of the year. We had Usman versus Colby, and we also had Rose versus Whaley, like just incredible fights on that card. And
also we had on that card we had Vera who front kicked Frankie Edgar in the face, KO'd him, and you had Burgos versus Billy Quarantillo,
which was an incredible fight as well. I remember that fight, but it was directly after Gaethje and Chandler.
Yeah.
Everyone was a bit like fucked after that first fight. So, UFC.
So yeah, that 5 fights and all bangers, really. That's got to be the fight of the year, card of the year.
Yeah, there's been a lot of amazing cards anyway, but yeah, that one stood out for me. This next award, I'm very interested to see what you've got, because I think we've probably gone for like 2 different aspects when we were talking about this, but I've gone for round of the year is the next award. I've gone for Max Holloway versus Calvin Kattar, the first event of the year on can't remember what it was, on ESPN or something, but I've went for round 5 of that. So that's the round where Max Holloway has hit him and said, "I'm the best boxer in the UFC, baby." No luck punch, and like ducked about 3 punches after. But who have you gone for?
I've got Ortega versus Volkanovski, round 3. But let me explain to you why. Hold on. One sec. Mom's phone went off. I haven't got Ortega here with me. But what I was gonna say, so basically so Volkanovski was winning the fight. Ortega catches a low leg kick, clips him with the left hand, drops him, jumps on a guillotine.
Oh yeah.
In literally half a second, jumps on him.
Like a mounted guillotine as well.
Yeah, mounted guillotine. Ortega, jiu-jitsu specialist. Volkanovski's kicking like a kid.
So they start. He's looking for T-City. That's tight. Oh my goodness, that's tight. Oh, that's tight. Volkanovski. Mounted guillotine. Volkanovski trying to get it. Oh my goodness, mounted guillotine, Ortega. He might go to sleep. The grip is broken. Wow. For now, Volkanovski is out.
It's like trying to get out of the lock. Gets out of the lock, beats the shit out of Ortega. Then Ortega throws up a triangle choke. T-City, you're thinking he's going to win the championship here with his patented triangle choke. Ortega gets out and bats the shit out of him until basically he's dead on the floor. So literally it was back and forward. Almost got the submission, getting battered the shit out of. Almost got the submission, then battered the shit out of. All in literally 2 minutes of round 3.
Yeah, but to be fair, I'll give that award to Volkanovski and Ortega, because that was an incredible round, because you had submission, striking, everything in it. Whereas I was more thinking of like a dominant round, but I feel like that was a back and forth. Like, so
it was back and forth. Yeah,
I'm happy to give it to that. So that's round 3, Volkanovski, Ortega, isn't it?
Yeah, round 3. Yeah.
Right. So we're on to the last 3 awards now. And the next one is Fight of the Year. And I don't know how you went with this, but you might have gone for the same.
Probably.
So I've gone for Volkanovski versus Ortega.
Oh, have you? I've gone for Chandler Gaethje.
Oh, really? Nah. I don't... See, for me, I thought about this.
Yeah.
And I just feel like it was a very, very good like striking battle and stuff. But
yeah,
I want to see some submissions and shit in there. I want to see towards the end of it, like the first round was competitive, and I feel like towards the end it was just Chandler walking forward and letting Gaethje back him and just showing like, oh, you're not going to put me away. You're not going to put me away.
Yeah.
Whereas Volkanovski and Ortega, there was moments in that fight I was like, oh crap, Ortega's won. Then I'm like, oh no, Volkanovski's won. And then at the end of round 3, I don't even know how that fight was allowed to go into
They
the
literally
fourth round.
picked him up and put him on the chair.
Picked him up, put him on the chair. They were asking him questions, and he was getting them wrong, and they carried on with the fight. And for me, man, I have to give that fight of the year to Volkanovski and Ortega, man, because it was for a title as well. Like,
Yeah, I'm happy to agree with that. I think maybe recency biased. I'm thinking what was just like an exciting fight, but yeah, I think back and forward submissions, strikes. Ortega's a soldier as well. He keeps coming forward.
yeah,
But yeah, I'm 100%. Yeah, 100% happy to. I think Ortega's won 3. If you give 3 awards, it's not bad. He only fought like once, didn't he?
Yeah, yeah, he's won 3. Well, I guess one of them's for a walkout to the same fight as us. But
Okay.
yeah. So what a fight that is! If you haven't watched that, honestly, go back and watch it. If you want to see a mixed spectrum of mixed martial arts, go and watch that fight. That is an amazing fight to go and watch.
Yeah.
But if you just
And you'll
want to
see how good Volkanovski is as well.
honestly, yeah, like I think this fight really got people thinking like he could potentially be the next like best featherweight of all time.
Yeah.
Depending
Yeah.
on how him and Max in the trilogy goes, but we'll see about that. The next and penultimate award that we have is for the female fighter of the year. And for me, although we saw an upset this year, massive upset, there was only one clear winner for me really this year, and that's Rose Namajunas. Did you have the same?
I mean, yeah, we talk about 2 female fighters. Talking about, for me, Shevchenko or Rose.
Yeah.
But if I'm looking at the level of opposition, Shevchenko beat Lauren Murphy and Andrade, but Rose beat Wei Li, who's an absolute beast, twice. So the level of opposition, I feel like to beat Wei Li once is hard, but twice is, yeah, it's top draw. So obviously with the upset, I don't think we've done upset of the year. We missed that category, but we need to go over that one. But
I think that one's probably quite clear to be fair. But yeah,
okay. yeah, it's clear. But yeah, I think Rose, 100%.
Yeah, I think Rose as well, because I swear Wei Li has, like, don't quote me wrong on this, but I swear she hasn't lost in like 14 or 15 fights or something coming into it. And she then went and beat her twice. The first time, some people were like, oh, it's a bit fluky. Even like Wei Li tried saying, like, she just caught me with a head kick, blah, blah, blah. But then in the second fight, you saw Rose actually go through some adversity in the first few rounds when she was getting wrestled to the floor by Wei Li, and then show the aspects of her game that she's actually worked on throughout the year with Trevor Whitman, and show her wrestling in the final rounds to turn that around and get the decision. So for me, it has to be Rose Namajunas, I think, as well. So yeah, that was a clear winner for me in that one.
100%.
Final award then, Male Fighter of the Year 2021. This one was a bit difficult to choose. In my head, there's 2 contenders that are like stand out for this. So
okay, go on. Who are you thinking?
You go first.
I only had one, and that's Nate Diaz. I'm joking. I'm joking. Just for the 1 minute of round 5.
Jeez, if you said Nick Diaz instead, I would have laughed. So hard, man.
No, I've only got one. And that's Oliveira.
Yeah,
because
I've got Charlie Olives as well.
Yeah, because they beat, in that division is hard. He's beat Poirier, finished Poirier, and finished Chandler, going through adversity in the first round for both of them, getting dropped, coming back, getting the finishes, and his rise has just been crazy, just throughout the year. And I think he's a star now. He's a star in probably the most stacked division.
That was the main reason for me as well, having him get the award, was because he's in the most difficult division in the UFC, most stacked division, and he's finished 2 incredible fighters as well. Like, we saw Chandler's debut in 2020 and it was incredible. Dan Hooker's no slouch. Dustin Poirier's been on an incredible run again since obviously the Khabib fight. Like, he's beaten so many killers over his last few years in the UFC. But Charlie Olives has just looked good, man. Like,
who else did you have?
The only other guy I was going to say was Usman, potentially.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Fighter of the year. But for me, it's kind of like with Usman, he's lapping guys now, whereas Oliveira is like testing himself against guys he hasn't fought before.
Yeah.
And he's finishing them as well. Like, so
Yeah.
for me, it had to be Charles Oliveira for that one.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah, Usman, you couldn't easily give it to Usman. He also finished 2 guys and beat Colby.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think just because of it's more of like Olive's has come out like as a star now, so he should be given to him.
And I think deservedly so, man. He seems like a proper nice guy as well, man. Like, I
From the
think
favelas.
all the fighters have a lot of respect for him as well, especially like his record at the beginning was like 10-8 in his first 18 fights.
Yeah.
He's worked so hard to get to that position, and it's not one of these like, oh, Khabib's retired, so he's got elevated to this position. He's proven like, yo, I'm the best fighter in this division now. So yeah. Congrats to Charlie Olives. You've won Male Fighter of the Year from the championship.
The only other one that I had, but he only fought once, was Moreno. I was actually going to go for Moreno.
No,
but he only fought once.
I love Moreno, but I can't give it to Moreno for one. But,
okay, yeah, Olives.
Yeah, it has to be Charlie Olives for me. Before we wrap up, man, I'm gonna put you on the spot. Like, I wanted to leave this till the last minute. I want you to think of one moment in the entire year that sticks out in your head. So this is just this is a surprise award. I haven't told someone anything.
I've already said it.
This is moment of the year. So just I'll go first. Then while I'm talking about it, you have a thing.
I already know mine.
You know yours. Go for it. What's your moment of the year?
Mine was when Nate Diaz rocked Leon Edwards in the 5th round, and I was watching it with, I don't think you were there, but a few of the boys came around to mine, and he stunned it, and we was all shouting at the top, come on, finish him, but Nate was just pointing at him and laughing at him. He had a minute left, clipped him. Edwards was sleepwalking in there. It should have been a wrap. But for me, I think it just sticks out because I was with people and we were all just going mad at the time. And I think that's a big moment. It's the reason that, people remember that fight just for that moment. So yeah, that's my moment.
Boxing.
He heard it. He heard it down.
You gotta be kidding me. Seconds of this fight.
Moment of the year.
All right, my moment of the year. I don't know if you can probably guess this, but was when Hasbullah came to the UFC. That was incredible because he's just there, sat right next to, like, he sat near Dana, just watching all these fights and stuff. Like, he's got like these fighters like acknowledging him in the cage, like Hamza after his fight acknowledging the GOAT outside as well. Islam, like, they brought him into the cage when Islam won, and like he's just headbutting Khabib. Then he starts a fight with Abdul Razik in the crowd. Like, what that was just, it's so surreal to see that, because Dana is not into like that gimmicky stuff, is he really? But like, I just think yeah, I just think that was amazing, man. Like, I just think that was so fucking surreal for this random little Dagestani lad just to be like ringside and just watch all the fights and like even get in the cage and stuff. I just thought it was mental, man. Like, that guy's popularity is huge. Like, it's crazy.
I think if he fights Abdul Razak in the cage, it's gonna be one of the most watched.
Mate, if
pay-per-views
somehow, I don't think it will ever happen, but if that happened, I think, like, other than Conor McGregor pay-per-views, it'll probably be the highest selling pay-per-view of all time.
Yeah,
which is insane.
Yeah. I mean, Triller would do it.
Oh yeah, Triller
would definitely put that.
He's a Triller would put anyone in a ring. Like, they don't care. But yeah, that's what a year, man. Like, just even going through those awards now, you just think like how much happened in that 1 year in UFC, and that's why I think UFC compared to a lot of other combat sports is incredible. No dig at boxing, but like, you don't get the best fight in the best. Like,
nah, if it happens, it happens in a long takes too long to happen.
Like, you're waiting for it for so long. So long. Whereas with the UFC, I think we're lucky because it's obviously the one bout. Everyone everyone wants to be the best, and Dana's there trying to make the best fights as well. So, man, like, yeah, sick here.
Any just off the back of it, any fights that you're really looking forward to that you'd want to see? Kind of on the spot. We didn't prepare for this, but going into next year, what kind of fights would you like to see?
There's no confirmed fights. I would say that I'm looking forward to see that much next year.
What about the Gun and Ngannou? I think that'd be a great fight.
That would be a good fight, but I'm more interested to see if John Jones actually gets that fight at heavyweight next year. Like, I just want to see. I just want to see how that guy will perform, because he looks like a monster, obviously, like in his training videos and stuff. But even more than that, I just want to see what happens with Hamzat next year, to be honest. Like, I think he's, for me, the one to watch next year, because he's ready to fight fucking every week. But obviously Dana needs to be careful. Like, he's got a star here, and he needs to, like, obviously build up the fights and stuff. There's no point just chucking him in at every event, because this guy is, like, bringing in numbers now as well. So,
I think everyone's thinking if he gets maybe takes out Magny one more, the Usman fight versus him is going to be a big fight, because to be honest, that division's stale now. Usman's just dominated everyone.
I don't think Usman wants that smoke either, man. I don't think Usman wants it, man. So we'll see what happens there. But
what about Conor? Everyone, we gotta discuss the biggest star. Like, you think he comes back?
I don't know, man. Who does he fight? I'd love to see Nate Diaz-Poirier next year as well. That's a
I'd love to see
fight.
that as well.
Like, that's incredible. Maybe Conor versus Tony Ferguson. That'd be a good fight if Conor's coming back. Give Tony a good payday. He deserves it, man.
Payday.
He got the UFC done him
fought everyone
dirty, man. The UFC done him dirty. Like, he was on a dirty win streak, and it was, the whole situation stunk. But whatever. But I think Conor versus Tony would be an incredible fight, man, for the comeback. There's always a Nate Diaz Conor as well. So
all good. So should we wrap it up?
Yeah. Okay. Thank you for watching, guys. If you disagree with any of our awards there, comment below who you would rather give the award to. I'll copy and paste the template down into the description, and then you can write who you would have put forward for the awards. But that's one whole year of me being on the championship round. So thank you for everyone that's watched so far. Please subscribe to the channel, carry on liking and commenting, showing that love, and follow us on championship_rounds_official, where we're going to be doing a Christmas giveaway for a UFC gift card, either $50, £50 or €50, depending on where you live. So it's a worldwide giveaway. So make sure you get involved with that and keep it locked. Peace.
Keep it locked.